Let me say this story real quick. My wife and I went to the mall. We had a little date. We had a little date day, and I got stuff going on over here. As you always know, there's always some action going on. But my wife and I, we went on a little date, and since we, of course, our kid is in school, and since he's in school, you take advantage, especially when you're off of work. I took a vacation. I had to get a vacation in because work is exhausting. But we went on a date and we went to the mall, just like we were some little kids again. Kids that go to the mall, that's all they do is they want to go to the mall and hang out with their friends and walk around and everything at the mall. And of course, being the age that we are, we have to use the bathroom. Go figure. We go to the bathroom and my wife comes out and she's like, oh, people are disgusting. People are gross. And I'm thinking the same thing she's thinking. I'm like, you're right. I agree with you. So she was saying that the women, they didn't even wash their hands after they got out of the bathroom. Now, mind you, when you go, I pay attention to my surroundings. I pay attention to my surroundings. I pay attention to how people move because you have to do that in this time frame, especially in America. If you don't live in America, that's what you have to do. You have to pay attention to your time. You got to pay attention to your surroundings, and you got to pay attention to your family as well. Like, you got to make sure that your kids are in eyesight. You got to make sure that if you are with your friends, because sometimes that element of surprise will get us. And she's like, people are disgusting. Oh my goodness. I went to the bathroom. I had to wait, and the stalls were full, of course, because that's women, when they go, it's a line every time. Occasionally you'll get men who are in the bathroom and their line's pretty long too, but it's more so women, of course. And she said, I promise you, 3 women walked out of the bathroom without washing their hands. And I'm like, well, if you think that's bad, there are guys that come out of the bathroom without washing their hands either. They don't even do a freaking hand sanitizer. They just walk right out. And I'm like, that's why I don't like shaking hands. I'll give people elbows. Like, I'll give elbows and daps. That's what I do. Because people are, I have to be honest, people are gross. Like, people are, like, sanitation, good hygiene has really shit the bed in America. It's really shit the bed in America. Like, hygiene for people, like, I wash my hands. I'll wash my hands or hand sanitizer anytime I use the bathroom. Real talk. Anytime I use the bathroom, I'll hand sanitizer, wash my hands. Welcome to the channel. Let me get my chat thing up here. But hey, give me a thumbs up. Share this with people because we got a lot to talk about. We got quite a bit to talk about today. There's shit going on that, I just got to get it off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I got to get it off my chest. Anyways, so my wife and I, we make sure that we stay clean. We're clean people. Plus also, there are germs out there where we can get, anybody get sick, catch the flu, whatever. So yeah, I give elbows. I give elbows. Hey, Rain, how's it going? I appreciate the thumbs up. Elbows, fist pumps. I don't really shake hands with people like that. And if I do, of course, I'm hitting the hand sanitizer up. I'm hitting the hand sanitizer up because people are dirty, man. I ain't gonna lie. People are dirty. People are dirty. They don't have, it's like when you become an adult, you start paying attention to things, right? Like, when you become an adult, you realize some things that you learn from past time. Hold on one second. Wife is calling. My bad. My wife was calling, man. She always catch me when I'm doing a live. She always catch me when I'm doing a live. But anyways, give me a thumbs up. But when you get older, you're supposed to become wiser. You're supposed to become more. When you get older, you are supposed to have more common sense. it's going out the door. Common sense is. Common sense is going out the door. I don't know. I guess when it comes to people being more aware of things, they pay attention to things. But common sense is like really leaving America. We are the envy of the world for idiocracy. We are the envy of the world for idiocracy. Somebody post in the comment section on that. 2026, man, is our we only been in 2026 for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in 2026, we have the Gestapo ICE killing people. We have the Trump administration with Pete Keg's breath and Donald Trump, Secretary of War, snatching up a president from another country. I don't care if the president was there rightfully or not. Illegally snatching up another president from another country to do a regime change. In 2 weeks time frame, there have been 2 people shot in Oregon by Border Patrol. We have Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. I'm going to say it. If YouTube dings me, it is what it is. Renee was murdered by John Ross. I mean, murdered. There's no way twisting it, bending it, no way getting around it. No way getting around it. She lost her life, and it didn't have to happen. A guy named Keith Porter, this hasn't been talked about, and I'm gonna just explain this. A man died on New Year's night after a off-duty ICE agent murdered him. Keith Porter, look it up, go on TikTok, check it out. Murdered. Now, the circumstances were different with Keith Porter, and unfortunately, you know, it's sad that he lost his life, but I wouldn't have done what he was doing. You know, it wasn't like it was illegal, but I would think before, you know, I wouldn't have done what he was doing. So apparently Keith Porter, and I don't know what the laws are in California, but when the ball dropped, I guess supposedly he fired off his firearm, and ICE agent off duty confronted him and killed and took him out. This was in 2026. People aren't hearing about this conversation. The people aren't hearing about this story because the narrative is different. Keith Porter, 43-year-old black man. Renee Good, 37-year-old white woman. What's going on, Ricky Johnston? Hello, Roast. I can't even say your name. What is it? Rostin Manuel? Yeah, what's up? Andy HC6C. It didn't need to happen. Well, she should have stayed home and mind her own business. That's an ignorant thing to say. It didn't have to happen if Donald Trump didn't send ICE to Minnesota, a blue state. How about that? How about that situation? But you know, what's going to happen with John Ross is he's going to be tried and he's going to be convicted in Minnesota. He doesn't have immunity for the state that he did it in. So, and I've been listening to legal experts. Bruce Rivers from the Criminal Lawyer Reacts, Hawk from Hawk's podcast. I've been listening to these guys, and they're lawyers. They are trained lawyers. They are lawyers. Bruce Rivers is a guy that I love to listen to. There's no way of John Ross getting around this. There's no way of him getting around this. And Brian Romano from the Romano Report, a lawyer. There are legal experts. There are lawyers, criminal lawyers. There are lawyers that say that he's going to jail. He's going to jail. Now, let me ask you a question, guys. Let me ask you a question in the chat. If ICE wasn't there, would this have happened? If John Ross wasn't there, would this have happened? Nope. 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 Andy's talking about he loves Trump. So I guess Andy supports a PDFer. I guess Andy doesn't mind that the Epstein files have been held up and they haven't been released. Is that what we're saying, Andy? Yeah, yeah. Oh, John Nolte. If that's the case, then how come Tina Peters is still locked up in Colorado? Federal law does not supersede state law. People can be tried for the state. That's why Donald Trump was tried in New York by his constituents. 13 of them found him guilty. So that's what it is. What it is. But anyways, like I was saying, 2026 has started off really rough for America. 2026 has started off really rough. And you know what, some of you guys over here coming to my channel, I'm going to just ignore you because ignorance is bliss and y'all are very ignorant. And also I can tell that, you know, we have the bigotry, the misogyny that comes into place when a woman lost her life. A mother that dropped her child off to daycare, and now that child will not have their mother back. So when I get idiotic comments that come in, all I have to ask is if this was your sister, your best friend that it happened to. Like I said before, when I was talking about Stephen A. Smith's dumbass, let me rephrase that. Let me talk about Stephen A. Smith's careless ass. What if it happened to your family member? How would you think? Or how would you feel? And I don't want to hear, well, they shouldn't have been there in the first place. No, they live in Minnesota. The ICE agent that took out Renee wasn't even from Minnesota. Plain and simple. Wasn't even from Minnesota. Let me read some of these comments here. If my sister or friend did something, I wouldn't care. I won't care. Bull crap. Exactly. Bull crap. She is a radical. My sister would never attack law enforcement. She took herself out. Misinformation. Gemma Henry. Misinformation. You must be a bot. What country do you live in? Did you see the video? Did you see the video? I think that people need to stop with the misinformation when it comes to it, because we all saw the video. We all saw that her wheels were turned away from John Ross, and the way that he shot, it wasn't a straight up shot. There's a hole on the side of the window. He actually did 3 shots. Now, if you're trying to neutralize a person, because I am a Second Amendment, I am a Second Amendment advocator. I think that, you know, hey, if you have one, you have one. But a 2A person would know that if you neutralize a person, it only takes 1 shot to neutralize them. It was 3 shots. 3 shots. While there was a dog in the back seat, and also the Renee's spouse on the side, and agents around this guy. What if something happened and he took the shot and ended up hitting one of the ICE agents? Would you say that the guy should have been standing right next to him in the first place? Would that be it? Would we say, oh, well, he shouldn't have been standing there, or else, you know, he wouldn't have got shot? Steve McGanna using the car as a weapon. He stepped in front of the vehicle. She didn't try to hit him. Matter of fact, she said, I am not even mad at you, bro, whenever she was trying to take off. When you have an ICE agent trying to pull your door handle, what are you going to do? You're going to just, the door is locked and you got an ICE agent violently pulling your door handle trying to get you out of the vehicle when you didn't do anything wrong. Some of you guys that are posting this information or posting this stuff about it was her fault, y'all don't live in this country. I can guarantee you, y'all are paid to do what you're doing, and it's dishonest. This is what's hurting America. Is we have provocateurs from other countries that come in channels and they spread their misinformation and their lies to sway the American people. This is how America is starting to become more and more weak. Is because we got people that put out misinformation from other countries. And I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. I love everybody. I try to love everybody, but I cannot love MAGA. I cannot love MAGA. And I cannot love these dishonest individuals on here. Like Johnny, I wish I can kick you off. Let me see if I can kick some of you guys off. Y'all got to get out of my channel talking that bullshit. Matter of fact, y'all can stay because maybe y'all will learn something. Maybe you guys will open your eyes to the things that are going on in the United States. But see, like I said, some people that are on here live in a different country that love seeing America rip each other apart. America is ripping our country is ripping our country apart. And it's all because of dumbass people not doing the research and paying attention to the facts of what's taking place. And these other countries, maybe even China, maybe Russia and China, they get people on here. And I don't have any hate for any country. I'll keep it 100 with you. I don't have any hate for any country. But we can tell that there's some definite misinformation that's being pushed from other countries because they know Americans will be divided. That's what they want to do. We have them in our states. We have them in our countries. Weren't there some podcasters, some big name podcasters that were getting paid by Russia not too long ago, right? They were getting paid by Russia to push Russian propaganda in this country. In this country. They are pushing Russian propaganda to fit the Russian narrative. Because Vladimir Putin knows that if Americans become divided, America comes divided, they have the upper hand. All it takes for a civil war in the United States for China to take over as the biggest country, superseding America. That's right, Cookies. Rest in peace, Renee. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Cheese grater. You said a civil war in the U.S. means you lose bad, bud? Real bad? What do you mean by that? Let me know. What do you mean by I lose real bad or we lose real bad if there's a civil war? Huh? What does that mean? America loses bad if there's a civil war. Now, it's not going to just be single individuals that lose bad. It is America. It is America. Give me 1 second. Ice baby. Oh, listen, guys, when you look in the chat, I want you to know something. The ones that are talking about supporting Trump, the ones that are saying they're supporting ICE, there's two things about them, okay? There's two things about them. One, they are bigots. Two, they protect 3 PDOs, okay? Somebody that's supporting Trump right now, Trump lied to everyone. Listen, Trump lied to MAGA. MAGA, definitely he lied to you. Elon Musk lied to you. Trump lied to you. He was a no new wars president. He was to bring the grocery prices, the gas prices down. We were going to make so much money off of these tariffs. It is not a tax on the American people. That's exactly what he was. I'm going to do a Q&A real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me see. Here. Okay, so let me see if I can pull up a little game here. We can try to. Are you okay with? Give me a second here. I'm gonna just do a little question for you guys. These are going. Let me see. Let me see if this is. All right, I put a Q&A in there. I think it worked. I don't know. How do you know there's fewer illegals here? I'm gonna let you guys know this. America is losing a lot of money from undocumented immigrants or documented immigrants that work the farms. Last year, the farming industry had its highest number of bankruptcies. Farming industries had their highest number of bankruptcies of all time last year. So Trump was in office for a whole year, right? Trump was in office for a whole year, and farmers had their highest bankruptcies. The S-side rate for farmers from last year shot up because of them losing everything under Donald Trump. Under Donald Trump, there have been more Chapter 12 bankruptcies since the pandemic, guys. Since the pandemic. Under Trump, there have been millions of people who lost their money in the trade. Under Trump, gas prices have tickled down, but the grocery prices have raised up. Under Trump, 2025, Donald Trump had 1.17 million people unemployed. Did you see the December job numbers? We're not winning in America. We're not winning. We're not winning in America at all. You know why we're not winning? Because many people voted for a PDF filer, a con artist, a grifter, a habitual liar, a narcissist, a 34 convicted felon. That's the reason why. They voted off of hate. Now we got construction owners that are filing for Chapter 12 bankruptcy. Now that we have business owners, especially small business owners, filing for Chapter 12 bankruptcy. Hell, matter of fact, I'm going to give you a story. My wife had bought some furniture. She bought a dining room set from a furniture warehouse. Went there, bought it. It wasn't available, so she had to order it. She ordered this back in June. We haven't received it, and guess what? They filed for Chapter 12 bankruptcy. So now we have to fight to get our money back. Now we had to fight to get our money back because there was a Chapter 12 bankruptcy from this furniture place that we had got dining room chairs because we want to replace the old ones, and we still haven't received it. And we're not going to receive it. Now we have to go through claims and fill out claims and everything because this company filed for Chapter 12 bankruptcy. Why is that? Why is that? Donald Trump and his tariffs. Ford, Stellantis, Toyota warehousing. These places are having to release people. They're having to let employees go. Warehousing sectors have lost it big time under Donald Trump. But we're in a golden age, right? We're going to be so rich. We're going to bring all the jobs back to America. We're in the golden age. Stellantis, Jack Daniels, the mom and pop shops, Amazon are losing employees. They're letting employees go. They're letting employees go. And the MAGA nuts, I'm gonna tell you, they're really crying inside. I don't want to pay attention to their chats in here because they're really crying inside. Budweiser, yes. Jack Daniels, in my old state, my home state, Kentucky. Kentucky's known for their bourbon. There's two things that Kentucky's known for. Kentucky's known for their thoroughbred horses, for the Kentucky Derby, and they're known for their bourbon. Jack Daniels said that they're not going to produce as much stock because Canada's not buying for them. Canada was the biggest bourbon recipient of Kentucky Jack Daniels bourbon. Kentucky Jack Daniels bourbon is losing billions of dollars because of Donald Trump, because of your daddy. MAGA people on here, your daddy did that. Your daddy's effing up Kentucky, my home state. Well, not really my home state. I'm a nomad, born in Wisconsin, went to high school in Indiana, went to college in Kentucky. Now I'm here in Florida. Man, I keep going from, well, blue to red to red to red. Man, I need to, oh my goodness. That's okay because there's going to be a Democrat here for the state of Florida. Shout out to Florida. Shout out to my Floridians, my brothers and sisters here in the Sunshine State. Shout out to you. Trump is bankrupting America, and MAGA is like, it'll get better. Give him some time. Give him some time. Yeah, they keep moving that goalpost. You didn't get the Epstein files. You didn't get that stimmy check. You didn't get that dividend, that tariff dividend check. We're gonna give Americans $2,000 tariff dividend check. Where is it at? Where is that dividend check at, MAGA? Let's go with something else. That ballroom that he was going to build, knocking down the East Wing, saying that he wasn't going to be using American dollars. He's going to be using American dollars. That's what he said he's going to be doing for Venezuela, too. He's going to get these oil companies over there to pull this oil that is actually not going to benefit America. It's going to benefit OPEC. It's going to benefit maybe BP. I don't know if BP is even going to be dealing with it because it's British Petroleum. Chevron, it's going to benefit them and their stock traders. That's what it's going to benefit. Both parties are not the same, cheesy burrito. You can just go ahead and get that out of your head. Both parties are not the same, and I'll circle back to that in a minute. But I want to get back on Trump and his lies. Like, he campaigned on this stuff, and he's not even doing it. The only thing that he's doing is he's snatching up innocent individuals who have brown skin and speak a different language. Espanol, to be exact. Portuguese, to be exact. Spanish, to be exact. That's what he's doing. He's snatching up innocent individuals who have a maybe a lighter color skin than mine, but we Afro Latinos, I'm not an Afro Latino, but I resonate with my people, whether they're mixed with Espanol or Indian. Like my family, we have a bloodline of Indians in our family, which my wife was like, you need to see about your Indian bloodline so you can, you get Indians will get a little bit of reparations or something like that. But that's neither here nor there because my African heritage comes, that's in my roots and I pay attention to my history. But anyways, Donald Trump lied to all the MAGA, and some of that, there's some MAGA that's waking up, especially some of the MAGA tech bros, not tech bros, but MAGA podcasting bros that are waking up. They're like, man, Donald Trump has made it worse for my generation. Donald Trump lied. Donald Trump said that he was going to release the Epstein files. And Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, Forehead Bongino lied. They did not get anything out. They're not releasing the Epstein files. They're super redacted. They're lying. Trump's name was in the Epstein files more than Jeffrey Epstein was. The hell is that? You want to know something else? I didn't hear about any Hispanic, Black, Indian, Hindu person being in the Epstein files. I didn't hear of any person of color being in the Epstein files. What I did hear, though, was Trump was all up in them Epstein files. MAGA keep moving the goalposts. Woo! Keep moving the goalposts. Let's go back to my brothers and sisters here in Florida. Marco Rubio betrayed the Cuban community. Marco Rubio came from Cuban immigrants. You know, he came from Cuban immigrants. Down in Miami is where it's heavily populated with Cubanos, Venezuelans, Puerto Ricans. Well, Puerto Ricans are safe. Dominicans. And he's betrayed the community. What's her name? Ileana Rodriguez betrayed the Spanish community down there. Ron DeSantis said that ICE wasn't doing enough in Florida, and he was our governor, not even protecting the Hispanic, my Hispanic brothers and sisters here. He said that they need to go further. Ron DeSantis said this. I'm going to be doing, I'm working on a video talking about this here in the state of Florida about Ron DeSantis, how terrible he's been for the United States. Or excuse me, how terrible he's been for the state of Florida. Ron DeSantis has been terrible for the state of Florida. And he's got corruption. Him and his wife has corruption all over them. The son of a bitch, Byron Donalds, too. The Hispanic community has alligator Alcatraz that is, I thank God, is no longer. That was built for the Hispanic community. Alligator Alcatraz in the state of Florida. Ron DeSantis did not do anything to protect my Spanish, my Hispanic, my Mexican, my Brazilian brothers and sisters here in the state of Florida. He didn't do anything to protect them because he's a racist. Just like he was a racist, he's a racist to the black community. He was a racist to the black community. Short ass bastard. Ron DeSantis is a piece of shit. He is Rick Scott light. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why he's Rick Scott light is because Rick Scott stole millions of dollars for the Floridians in their Medicare. Ron DeSantis has stolen him and his wife supposedly. I was watching Katie Faye, and Ron DeSantis has stolen millions of dollars for the state of Florida through Medicare. Through Medicare. Centene. Look it up. Katie Faye was doing a study about this. Hold on, I gotta respond to this comment real quick. Denise French, KO, you talk crap, brother. What have you done for anything? You shouldn't have a podcast. Tim Pool shouldn't have a podcast. Candace Owens shouldn't have a podcast. Guess what? They do. Joe Rogan shouldn't have a podcast. Guess what? They do. I don't care what you think about what I should and shouldn't have. I control my own destiny. So, fuck off. Get off my channel. You don't have to watch me, but I appreciate it. You don't have to watch me. But I'm going to keep doing this, what I do, because I advocate for the people. I advocate for my black people. I advocate for my white people. I advocate for my Hispanic people. I advocate for my Indian people. I use my voice to speak reason. I use my voice to show disdain for this administration. I use my voice because I have a damn right to do so. So anybody that's hating, you can get off. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about what I say, because you know what? What I say honestly comes from the heart as a good person, because I am a good person. I do take care of people. If you go back to some of my videos, you'll see that we feed the homeless. If you go back to some of my videos, you'll see that we go to communities, black communities, mixed communities, and we provide for them. School supplies. That's what we do in my community. That's what I do in my community. That's what my wife does in my community, in our community. We advocate for our people. We live in a blended community. Our society is blended. Our society is blended We are a melting pot. We are not predominantly white in this country. This is not like Russia. This is not like, China has their Asian there. Japan had their Asian there. I haven't been there. I've never been to Japan or China. I might go to Japan one year. I've been to Australia. In Australia, it's predominantly white. And when I went to Australia, I was playing football actually. When I went to Australia, man, I felt love there. I felt love. This was before the 2000 Olympics. I went to Australia in '99. Excuse me. I went to Australia in 2000. They was going to have the Olympics in Sydney, Australia. And when I was there, I felt good vibes. I felt like, I can walk the streets without people thinking that I was going to rob them because I'm a black man. I didn't have that issue. When I went to Costa Rica, there's people that's my color there because Africans were taken across all diasporas and we blend in. That's what happened with the Africans. And I don't want people to come on here in the chat saying, "Oh, well, Africans sold their slaves." That's debunked. That's not true. Some Africans made a deal. Hey, you can go on this ship here with this white man and have a better life because you're a prisoner of mine for another 10 years. You can go, and some of them were stolen because the white man had guns. My African ancestors had arrows and spears. Bullets can go farther than spears. I didn't say that there were no slaves. There were indentured servants. You ever heard of indentured servants? Indentured servitude? Look up indentured servants. Anyways, let me continue on because let me just continue. Let me say this first off, okay? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. There are so many beautiful people in this country, beautiful people in this world. But the ugliest ones, I'm going to tell you, the ugliest ones are those Anglo-Saxon white folks that be talking about stereotypes for other races. The ugliest. MAGA, that's you. MAGA, that's you. And some of you guys, my bishop was saying this one day. He said, you got those thumb thugs. You know what a thumb thug is? It's them keyboard dudes that be sitting in their basement. You got them thumb thugs that be talking shit. But, that's all they do is talk shit because if they actually are out in the open, they crumble like a little bitch. And that's evidential proof. Like, you see some of the FAFOs of dudes talking shit because they're MAGA, and then they get their ass whooped by a man or woman, and it's like, oh, well, he shouldn't have done him like that. You shouldn't have done him like that. Oh, yeah. You talk it, hey, don't talk it unless you're going to be about it, right? Don't talk unless you're going to be about it. But let me go on this subject here. I love my beautiful black people. We black people, I'm talking about my black brothers and sisters right now. I ain't gonna lie. We make beautiful babies with all races. If you look at it, black people, our genes are just so beautiful that we mix with any race, honestly. Like when you see the biracial child, they might have like little, that brown skin and hazel eyes. That's a beautiful thing. But black people aren't the enemy. The portrayal that we have with racist is that black people are the enemy. When we just want to live our lives, have a good time, and just try to be on the same playing field when it comes to equality, just like any other person. Yeah, Mexican. the people of color, Puerto Ricans, we all are people of color. Like, that's why they hate us so much. That's why my Mexican, all my Hispanic, South American, we are hated because we blend in so well with other people. Like, I used to have, when I stayed in an apartment, I was single at the time, I had some Mexican neighbors next to me. And, when I come off from work, they'll be outside. Hey, you want a cerveza? Oh, yeah, man, I'll take a cerveza. Yeah, I'll take it. Sit down and chill and talk with them and everything. Black men are not, no, that's incorrect. A lot of black men did not vote for Trump. And the ones that did, they are finding out now, because the unemployment ticked up to 8.4% for black people. The blacks for Trump, you don't see them on TikTok anymore. See that propaganda that was being spread during that time frame? That the blacks for Trump, they were pushing that narrative. Now it's jacked up. The pendulum has swung big time. Come midterms, Donald Trump is so afraid of being impeached because the Republicans have effed up so bad, and Donald Trump has effed up so bad that the midterms is going to be a crazy ass blue wave. Midterms are going to be such a blue wave that the Republicans are retiring. The Republicans are stepping down, aka Marjorie Taylor Greene, aka Troy Nels, are stepping down. They are stepping down. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene took so much heat from Trump and some of y'all on here that she stepped down. She's like, I'm done. She should have been done when she knew that Donald Trump lied 30,000 times in his first term. Yeah. 30,000 times in his first term. Donald Trump lied, and he keeps lying to y'all. Yes, Mule Skinner. Bye-bye Trump come midterms. Real talk. He's losing it with everyone besides the MAGA nuts. The young communities, the 18 to 25-year-olds, he's in the water. The 26 to 35-year-olds, he's in the water. And I'm talking about with everything, even immigration now. Even immigration. 77 million people voted for Trump, and we don't regret. I have to be honest with you. Yeah, 77 million people voted for Trump, but you only speak for yourself. You can't say that you don't regret anything, because there are MAGA people that are actually waking up, unlike your ass. There are MAGA people waking up saying, you know what, Trump lied. He is a liar. Even the farmers. There was a farmer guy that was like, I am off the Trump train. He's lied to us. I am off the Trump train. I thought he was going to be great for my company, and he is anything but that. So that is a lie. Yeah, 77 million people voted for Trump. Of course. How many of those people were independents? Thinking that, oh yeah, well, Biden, inflation was bad. It was just really rough here. Prices didn't go down. How many of those 77 million people were one issue voters? And now that they see that there's 15,000 different issues, farmers do not support Trump like that. No, sir. No. What country are you from? What state do you live in, man? Ask the farmers in Iowa. Ask the farmers in Nebraska, the corn huskers. Ask the farmers in Indiana. That's why, you see, here's what's so rich with misinformation. If that was the case, that farmers are for Trump, then why are a lot of these blood red districts being voted blue? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Charlie Kirk, FAFO. Yeah. And guess what? Tyler Robinson didn't look like me. Yep. Yeah. Stop acting like you care about farmers. I mean, hell, my wife and I, we go to the Fresh Field Farms, the Fresh Field Market, just about every weekend. Midterms all the way blue, baby. Yes. All the way blue. Illegal is illegal. Was Jesus illegal? He wasn't a U.S. citizen. Burn. Answer that question. Charlie Kirk didn't hit an officer? Of course not. But he was hit by a college student. 22-year-old. Dad was a big old MAGA supporter. Kirk was a pathological liar. He pulled shit out of his ass. That's why he can only debate college students. I was watching the video, and may he rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he's in that hot tub downstairs. He's doing the Macarena with the dude with the horns. But I was watching this debate, and Charlie Kirk had went to London, and he was debating a Cambridge student who eviscerated him. You got to look it up. You can go on TikTok and find it. That Cambridge student and the professor eviscerated Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk, he sells these college students on these inaccurate myths, inaccuracies. And these college students, you got some that give pushback, but then you got some that are maybe nervous, that don't know how to debate. Charlie Kirk is a great lying debater, like a lying debater. Per capita. Amazing Lucas said, hey, you can check out my per capita shirt. My boy Amazing Lucas. Shout out to him. But yeah. Charlie Kirk won that debate, the whole debate, lying. No. You see, you can tell the difference between a person who is far right wing to somebody being kind of in the middle. Like, yeah, that Cambridge student got Charlie Kirk to where Charlie Kirk really couldn't answer. He couldn't rebuttal he couldn't rebuttal. It was like he didn't have a quick comeback where he has these college students that, when I was a college student, I could be easily swayed to something. Like my boy, he would tell a story and I'm like, dang, man, that happened yesterday. He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, well, oh man, that's crazy. And I believe it because it happened, he's telling the story. But if I was hanging out with him all day yesterday, it was a lie. But he sold it so good that it sounded like it was true. That's what Charlie Kirk did. While his wife is doing pyrotechnics, WWE, making money. She is not a mourning wife. Like, she is not. A person in mourning, it takes them a while to recover. Like my mother-in-law, when she lost her husband, it took her months to recover. It took her months. Like, we had to check on her. Hey, Mom, how are you doing? We go spend time with her, and she would continuously talk about him. And, she would get sad, like, I want to cry. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. But no. It took 2 weeks, and Erica Kirk was in the spotlight doing these TV shows, these interviews and stuff like that, smiling. Oh, weird as hell. Pyrotechnics. Oh, you think you had a concert when you went to Erica Kirk's TPUSA, the racist USA, bigot USA. I mean, pyrotechnics. I thought I was gonna catch on fire. I thought one of those little fireworks popped off and it's getting hot. I don't have the vehicle on. Maybe I need to turn my bad boy on right quick. But, and I got to get my son. He's at his little academy over here. So I'm going to have to wrap it up here pretty soon. But I love y'all. Thank you guys. Whoever subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I will be working on some videos about Florida and what's been happening in Florida. But yeah, Erica Kirk is not a grieving wife like that. Like, and then also she's contradictory. She tells women to be a trad wife and stay at home, but she's not even with her kids. She's out. Her, Candace Owens, like these females, the women, excuse me, the women who talk about, women, mothers need to stay at home with their children. They need to stay at home with their children. Oh, my bad. I'm think it went to 1 second. Oh, there we go. Woo! It's hot in Florida today, baby. 80 degrees, 83 degrees, and on a January day. Anyways, let me get back to this. So it doesn't make sense for a woman to say that other women should be at home raising their kids when we see Candace and we see Erica traveling the world, traveling the country without their babies. Who's watching them kids? You know? Who's watching them kids? Who's watching them babies, Candace? Who's watching them babies, Erica? I tell you what, these right-wingers are weird. Weird as heck. And they're dishonest. Very dishonest people. That's why I could never be a Republican. I supported Bush after 9/11. I didn't vote for him, but I supported him because of the traumatic situation that happened in New York and the Pentagon. I supported him because we were attacked by a terrorist. But guess what? We're being attacked by the person that is supposed to be the commander-in-chief. Domestically. Domestically, we're being attacked. On our own soil, we're being attacked by the person that said that they were going to protect the Constitution and us. Plain and simple. Obama 2028, baby. Y'all want to talk about Trump 2028? Obama 2028. And guess what? I don't even know, man. Trump don't look good. Them hands like you. It's because he shakes his hands so much. That I don't believe that. This here, these hands, all them bruises and everything, you don't bruise like that. And plus, he's falling asleep a lot whenever Marco Rubio's talking, or Pete Keg's breath. Obama 2028. MAGA spinning their heads now. Oh, he fucking said it. Oh, where's my 2A? Where's my Second Amendment? I am a true patriot that protects PDF files. All right, listen. I had to go get my son. Obama 2028. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I love all my subscribers. Thank y'all for being with me. We are going to continue to advocate for our people. Black people unemployment needs to go down. Elon Musk is a bitch. Subscribe to the channel. Peace and love. And one more thing. Release the Epstein files. Peace.